Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So on the base of the sweet will of Gurudev, we will go on finding quotes of Caitanya Caritamrita in different scriptures, like here in Sri Sri RRS62 from Srila Prabhupada Saraswati, and the commentaries of Srila Anandadas Babaji. So the next quote I found in RRS62 is in verse number 62. And like always, first we hear the topic and then we hear the quote in the connection. So verse number 62, I will read the verse. Sri Radhika, the lovely queen of Vrindavan's bower houses, makes all spiritual goals and practices insignificant when she bestows the festival of her service. She inundates the whole world with the news of her nectarian beauty, and her face shines like innumerable autumnal moons. Sri Radha, the lovely girl of the bowers. Sri Radhika, the lovely queen of Vrindavan's bower houses, makes all spiritual goals and practices insignificant when she bestows the festival of her service. So this actually is the fitting verse to the mood of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. What he's doing when he comes in this world. Is he preaching? Is he leaving 10 tons of books of good advices? No. He just leaves 8 verses, Shiksha Ashtakam. And this is just the praise of the holy name and how to chant it. So the only thing Caitanya Mahaprabhu gave us is the pure love of Radharani and the mood of her service in Manjari Bhav. And with that gift, because it is Radharani, Krishna is there observing Radharani's love, her mood, her love for him. And by fulfilling this aspect and others, in the mood of Radha, with the shining of Radha, he makes all the spiritual goals and practices insignificant, like that. Because Caitanya Mahaprabhu is giving what Radhika wants to give us. And so she inundates the whole world with the news of her nectarian beauty, and her face shines like innumerable autumnal moons. This is the description not only of the face of Radha, but also the face of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Radha, the lovely girl of the bowers, is coming and spreading her glories, unknown to the people in this world, hidden. So today, Sripad sees Sri Radha as Vrindavan's Manju Grihini, the lovely housewife, decorating the kunja, as if it was her house, decorating the kunja like it would be her house. The lovely hands of the lovely housewife decorate the bower in a lovely way. Everything is manju, or lovely. While Srimati decorates the bower, a wonderful golden luster gushes from her beautiful form, gushing out. It shines through. It's gushing out. You cannot hold it back. It's so shining. Nothing can cover it. Even if you try to cover it, it's gushing out. This is the shining of our Radha and Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This nectarian, beautiful news of Lavanyamrita Varta, elegance, the Amrita, the nectar of elegance, inundates the whole world. In other words, what to speak of those who were so fortunate to see the luster of pure love, even those who heard about it, like we now, we just hear about it. So even those who heard about it are inundated by the flood of divine love. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the mood and luster of Srimati Radha to inundate the whole world with a flood of divine love. In the external world, rivers may inundate the land during the rainy season, but Sriman Mahaprabhu's rivers of love inundate the inner course of everyone's hearts with floods of divine love. What a wonderful description. And I was thinking about Radharani when she is going on Abhisa. It is also said that she is going like the Ganges, like the river Ganges, high flooded, and inundates the whole area. When you see you have a rainy season and the water is coming up and flooding everything, then the land on the right side and on the left side is completely flooded, right? And this is compared to Radharani's families. Two families, her own and her family-in-law, are flooded by that love. What does it mean for us when it comes in our heart, this flood of Radharani? That all our family connections here in this world will be also flooded. It is said it is hard to come out of the 12, the householder 12, because of the family connection. But Radharani's mercy is helping us in that way. Jai Gurudev. My obeisances and loving hugs. So, whatever attachment we may have, and usually the family attachments are the biggest, it will be flooded. And in this way, it's just gone. You don't even have to think about how to leave. It will be just gone, flooded by the purest love possible. But Sriman Mahaprabhu's rivers of love, rivers, not just one, rivers of love, inundate the inner course of everyone's heart with floods of divine love. And in this connection, it's also very interesting that actually the 7 oceans of Radharani's qualities are also in that river of her. Isn't that amazing? Usually you don't have an ocean in a river, right? But in that river, in that Ganga of Radhika's love, passion, there are oceans included. And these floods, these waters will hit us. So we are so lucky. Everything which we could be attached will be thrown away. Isn't that mercy? It just gives a little picture of the mercy of Radharani, which is coming to us through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we may read this Radharasa Suranidhi in connection with Radharani, but Srila Anandadas is always giving us the hint, giving us the link to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Radharani's mercy and love, from Radhika. So again the verse, Sri Radhika, the lovely queen of Vrindavan's bower houses, makes all spiritual goals and practices insignificant when she bestows the festival of her service. So this is actually the mercy of persons like Gurudev. They are giving us this quintessence. If you are going directly in the seva of Radharani, you can forget all other goals and practices immediately. You don't have to care about them, because in Sitadeha, you are connected with the seva of Radharani's lotus feet. Everything is done. That's it. All other goals, all other practices are insignificant in that moment when we get the festival of her service. That's why it is so important to immediately go for your Sitadeha. We need our spiritual body to serve her. Otherwise, it's not possible. So this is the shortest way. And this is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if we want to get the mercy as fast as possible, we should accept that way. But anyway, we are free in choice. We can also go longer ways. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the essence. Gurudev is giving the essence. So we could take the short way. And also because everything what Radharani is doing, as we heard, everything, whatever she is touching, whatever she is doing is manju, lovely. Also this path given by her to us is lovely. It has nothing to do with renunciation. It has nothing to do with jnana. You cannot earn it in any way. You cannot reach it by sadhana. It's pure mercy of Radharani. Ganga Yamuna Brayak Narilo Dubaite Brabhu Dubailo Krishna Primera Bonyate. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 19. The Ganga and Yamuna together could not inundate Prayak, Allahabad. But Mahaprabhu managed to inundate the place with a flood of love for Krishna. So why? How he could do that? That is because he accepted Sri Radha's bodily luster. So now we may think, why this question is here? I mean, he's Krishna, he can do that. Really? There was a Krishna incarnation before. Did he do it? No, he didn't. So without Radha's mood, without her love, without her passion in the love, without her mercy, he cannot. Even Krishna cannot. That's why this sentence is here. That is because he accepted Sri Radha's bodily luster and, of course, her mood. Otherwise, not possible. So in this way we can understand slowly the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the grace of our Swamini. How merciful Radharani is. So you are all lucky. The day of her birthday is coming more near. And you're all busy already in the seva. I could see on Radhadasyam cleaning seva and all different kind of sevas are already going on. Lucky persons, please leave a little bit of the dust of your feet here. Mercy is needed. Otherwise the engine is not working. The engine of bhakti needs mercy. So please, you're all invited, like always, to share on that. This is the first quote I found here for today. So whenever you have some feelings, some questions, or maybe Gurudev is so kind and give us some hints that we can develop more.
Radhe Radhe, Guravani.
Radhe Radhe, Sunidhi Devi.
I would like to pick up the subject that Gurudev was shortly touching yesterday in the question, I think it was you or Braja Sundari, that how is all the modes of Vrindavan Parakya, not only Radha and Krishna's secret love, but all in Goloka Vrindavan, all the feelings they are exchanging with each other, they are Parakya. And Gurudev, I don't know, I tried to meditate about this. My feeling was, maybe you correct me, and also Gauravani, I would like to hear your feelings or anyone else who was hearing this. In one sentence, Gurudev, you said Parakya means that which is forbidden, but it was given. So I felt, Gurudev, like all the rasas, they are kind of like in God consciousness, they are forbidden. We will never put diapers on baby Krishna like they do here in Vrindavan. And the ladies, they will always say that, oh, he didn't eat enough, I have to cook more. And then how he's stealing the rice. They have this personal exchange. And usually we don't have this exchange with God or with the divine, because we are always more in this mood, I am yours. So this, I understand, Gurudev, and please correct me, that Parakya Bhav is that you are mine, and from this feeling is like a new dimension is opening. And this new dimension of this Lokik Satbandhu, like a worldly friend or like a close Sakka and like a baby or a child or the, the beloved of my Swamini, all these feelings are coming, although I have no idea that how it is happening. So that is how I understood that is Parakya Bhav in Vrindavan, which is all pervading, because all the Brijbasis, they never think that Krishna is God. For them, he is their Lala and their baby, their friend, trying to play hide and seek. And this was never given before, because before all that was given was this God consciousness of divine Vishnu taking different forms to please his devotees. But this Parakya Bhav, it is the highest and most pure relationship, because all the Brajbasis have no selfish desire. And for us in this material world, this is like a very strange thing, because we are full, usually, of selfish desires. By the mercy of Caitanya, maybe. this transformation can happen. Is that the right understanding, Gurudev, how they are all Parakya? That was not given, but it is existing there.
Seems like Gurudev is busy.
Okay, then, Gauravani, please express your feelings, because I wrote this also to you. Maybe you didn't read it.
Yes, I read it, but too late to answer. So for me, there are different kind of levels of understanding of that, actually. So yes, I would say that's one view you just mentioned. There are others, but how to... Usually you have to meditate on that, actually. But let's give a little hint. In Radharani's, all rasas are inside. All. If we say Parakya, usually we mean very confidential leelas in Nivrittini Kunjas. So, but in that kind of love, of course, all other kinds of exchange of love is inside. As we know, Radharani has also elderly love inside, and friendly, and all rasas are inside. So we can say that in all exchange in Vrindavan, in the connection with Radha, there is always the highest taste included. If we can feel or taste that, that's another point we have to meditate on. It depends on our connection and our feelings in that connection. So the form of our sambandha and the rasa. So in one sentence, I could hear how Krishna is speaking with his mother, and the mother is concerned when he goes in the forest and he's telling, please stay in the shadow, and all these kinds of warnings. And Krishna is answering and saying, yes, my dear mama, we will stay in the shadow. And so many petals are on the ground, very soft. You could understand this speech also on another level, but on this you have to meditate. Because what he is meditating the whole day, on what he is meditating the whole day, wherever he is, on what Radharani is meditating the whole day, wherever she is. So in this connection, we could get another picture of the same topic. So there are different levels to go in, to meditate on that, actually.
Radhe Gauravaniji, everyone looking at the world through their own mood. Manjari will see world through the mood of Manjari. And who is in Parakya Bhava will see the world in Parakya Bhava. Bhava means not only mood, but it means world. For example, then Mother Yashoda arranged for Radhika gifts in box. It's from book Chamatkara Chandrika. Maybe you remember this. 4 stories for Ekadashi night. One box, treasure box with many nice things. And she gave some blessings in words to Radhika. And when Abhimanyu brought this, he also brought this message to Radhika. One way how Abhimanyu hear this message, it's one thing. But the way how Srimati Radhika and her girlfriends in Manjari hear this message is other way. I see like this, Radha.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Radhacharan, this gives a very nice example. And I just thought about the example when Radharani and Krishna are playing like small kids on the streets of Raj. Then the elder ladies who are in motherly love, they just see very small Radha and very small Krishna playing together. But how does the Manjari see that same picture, the same scene on the street, in a complete different light? So definitely Parakya is everywhere in Vrindavan. It would not exist without, because Radharani's It's Radharani's place. What to say more? It's her place. And she consists of all rasas in the highest form possible. She is the highest servant of Krishna. So 1 and 1 in our world makes 2, but in the spiritual sky it's 1. Everything is in Radha. So lucky we are that we could get in the connection with that person, our Radhika. Whoever wants to serve Krishna in what form ever, he has to take shelter of that person, of Radharani's lotus feet. Otherwise, his service will never be complete. So he will be not successful in the end. He will not gain full success. So lucky we are that we met a person who has a very deep understanding, who can give us the quintessence, who can give us a connection to that person, to Sri Radha, and hand us a possibility to serve her. How lucky we are, and how lucky we are that we can hear about Caitanya Mahaprabhu, that we can hear the Leela Rasa of Radharani with her beloved, and then we can meditate to be there, not only in the Kunjas, not only in the Nikunjas, but in the Nivritti Nikunjas, which is most close, intimate, very intimate, most intimate. And everything else about God consciousness, we should forget as fast as possible. And that's the point why it has to be hidden. If you are walking on the street and meet a person who's very religious and you say, you know, this God, he is sitting at home with me, he's eating sweet rice. I cook with Radharani together and he's eating. I help my Swamini to cook and then this boy is eating that and he likes it so much. What they would do with you? Got you in prison for psychological health or kill you or whatever, you know. They cannot accept in God consciousness, this is ridiculous. This is an offender. This is a mental, not straight mental person. He's sick, right? Like, I remember one story which really happened. I mean, really happened. It's not just a story. In Stuttgart, in Germany, in the night, 3:00 morning, police stops a bicycle with a person on it because this person was going over a red light. 3:00 in the morning. So they ask her, what are you doing 3:00 in the morning and why you pass the red light? What is so emergent that you have to go? What is your emergency? She is answering, I have to wake up Krishna. You know, Krishna is God. I have to wake up God. What do you think what this policeman thought? We have to bring her in a hospital, huh? She has to wake up God. So that's why we understand it has to be hidden. You cannot openly discuss such things without getting trouble. But Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he made it in such a clever way. First, he was the most prominent, well-known, first class, Jnani. He defeated everyone. Everyone was defeated by him in arguments, in logic arguments, in knowledge of Vedanta and so on. And after, everyone knew him to be the top most learned scholar in all these things. He dropped all this knowledge down and start to sing the holy name. In this way, he showed the world what they can do with their gyan. What is about this gyan? What about these proud scholars and all this? It gives a very clear picture, isn't it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing very nicely that forget about this. And now the scholars are talking about him. What is this mad person doing? He's just singing Hare Krishna. Is he really, maybe he's really going crazy? It's a very clever way to establish this loving chanting of the holy name, isn't it? But this is just one little example. And he's giving us the highest possible seva. And this makes all other spiritual goals and practices insignificant. And this is because of Sri Radhika, the lovely queen of Vrindavan's powerhouses. Because she makes all spiritual goals and practices insignificant when she bestows the festival of her service. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radha, and he's giving the seva to Radharani's lotus feet, to herself. She's giving her manjari, seva. She's distributing. She lets taste Krishna that seva because he wanted. And in the same moment, distributing it everywhere. So how lucky we are that we are living in this Kali Yuga, which is the worst yuga. And of course, we can see outside, it's really the worst. But still, for us, it's the luckiest moment because this is distributed freely. In other ages, not possible. It wasn't there. It seems like a very special offer, isn't it? You know these special offers when you go in some building, you can buy everything and then there are some tables filled with something special offer, you know. Very cheap, very special offer. And this Nitai is distributing everywhere. Special offer. Radhadasyam. For everyone. Isn't that amazing? Get one for free. You just have to want it. That's it. So, amazing grace. Like Suniti was singing once, I remember, in a bhajan. Amazing grace. Yes, this is amazing grace. Gurudev, maybe you want to give some light on that we can grow.
Once again, can you say?
Gauravaniji, sorry, Govindamukhi want to share.
Oh, as you like.
I was meditating on the theme which was given to Radhika in this verse, because different verses and different names. And here the name was Manju Grihini, yes? Tender housewife. And when I was listening to your feelings and your explanation, I was somehow thinking about why here such a name. And one idea came to me, and I want that you share your feelings. But it came to me that why she's housewife and why Kunja is her house. Because only at home we can feel safe and we can feel ourselves. We are not afraid to put off our masks, yes, our different identities. And at home we are as we are. So Krishna, and I remember the words of Srila Narayana Maharaj, and he used to say that with gopis, Krishna is exclusively beautiful, but with Radhika, he is the most beautiful ever. And manjaris, of course, they know it. So Kunja is the real home of Krishna, because only with the topmost heart friend of him, he could be himself. So he's taking off all his masks, yes, and he's feeling safe and loved and accepted and relaxed. So, like this. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you very much. You made up another wonderful point, actually. And this is what Gurudev actually was telling us so often. Maybe, Gurudev, you want to give us again this picture, how we see it in our Kriya. Because Sri Radha is called here Vrindavan's Manju Grihini, and how we can serve her in Bhajana Kriya. So maybe.
Yes.
So Gurudev, Radharani is called Vrindavan's Manju Grihini, the lovely housewife, decorating the kunja as if it was her house. And it is in the connection with the Ganga and Yamuna could not inundate Prayag, but Mahaprabhu managed to inundate the place with a flood of love for Krishna. And that is because he accepted Sri Radha's bodily luster.
Manju Girini, Manju Girini means Radha. Manju Grihini means very balanced and very practically to manage the things. Softly. If you see in her circumstances, Jatila and Kutla is always disturbing to her. Right?
Yes.
And many difficulties were there. But difficulty was too much. But she never bothered for difficulty. She never prayed for difficulty. She is always balancing in every difficult circumstance. That's a Manju Grihini. She has a one-pointed goal, only Krishna. She never talk about her problems of the mother-in-law and sister-in-law. She never bothered because she is Manju Grihini, very soft, very kind, and patience to listen to her. But the goal was fixed to her. And that way, the flow of Jamuna and Ganga is coming from her. The love, purity of love is Ganga, and Jamuna is a Krishna. Nothing else. She never, without that flow of love flow. So when the person who enters in the divine love, many difficulties come in life. But Manju Grihini we have to become. She's teaching us to be balanced. Rather.
Thank you very much. So that is our example. Like always, Swamini is showing us, and we can then at home try to be at her lotus feet in the same mood and try to always lovely be in our Kriya. For me, it seems impossible if we don't get this mercy to do so. So we need to have this mercy of the persons who are in that love, who dwell in that love. And this is handed down in the parampara. So this was the point here in verse number 62. And there's another quote from Madhya Lila chapter 8. So how Sri Radha is the ultimate goal of life, making all other human goals insignificant, is elaborately explained in Caitanya Caritamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 8, where Ramananda Roy and Lord Caitanya have a lengthy discussion about it and come to this conclusion. Ihara mache radhara prema satya shiromani yahara mahima sarva shastrete vakani. Of these, the love of Radha is the crown jewel of all goals of life, which is glorified by all the scriptures. I remember that Prabhupada said, if you are going out, wie sagt man, Jagd? Suniti, Didi, nicht mehr da.
Yes, I am here. I'm listening.
Okay.
If you are going out of what?
Jagd, wie sagt man auf die Jagd?
Oh, for hunting.
If you're going out for hunting, Prabhupada said. Und wie sagt man Nashorn?
Oh, wie heißen die nochmal? Nashorn. Keine Ahnung. Unicorn. Keine Ahnung.
This with this one horn, very, very strong animal. If you are going out for hunting, you should go for that because this is the most difficult to get. He said like this. Rhino, yes, thank you very much.
Rhino, yes.
Yes. Nina boy, thank you very much. A rhino. So if you're going out to hunt, then hunt a rhino, Prabhupada said. In this connection, if you are going to reach a goal, why not the highest goal? Why just some goal? Take the highest. So in this way, of this love, of all these rasas, the love of Radha is the crown jewel of all goals of life, which is glorified by all the scriptures. So, if we are going out, why not for the topmost goal? And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually giving us in Caitanya Caritamrita. And he makes it very clear in the discussions with Ramananda Roy and Lord Caitanya. It becomes very clear what is really the highest goal. Although Ramananda Roy is in another mood, in the end Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving Manjari Bhav to everyone. Like Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, he was in another mood before, isn't it? He was a scholar, and actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the mercy. So what is touched by a Chintamani gem of Mahabhav will also become Mahabhav. So in the next quote of Caitanya Caritamrita, it's still the same spirit, the limit of perfection, the limit of perfection. So Shripad, here it's written, is the greatest receptacle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace. And therefore, he always relishes the sweetness of the highest form of Raganuga Bhakti, called Manjari Bhav. In his Sadak Avesh, he first says, the love of Radhika and Madhava is able to carry the stream of the essence of the sweetest passionate love rasa. It is a mutual love, constantly increasing in sweetness and passion. So this is anurag. It's constant and always increasing, and it's mutual, both sides. And this love between Radharani and her beloved is the limit of perfection if we serve in the mood of Manjari Bhav. Then it's also the limit of perfection for us. So in the same verse, another quote of Caitanya Charitamrita, I found, Radhikara Brahma Guru Ami Shishyanat Sata Ama Nana Nitya Nachaya Bhat. Radhika's love is the Guru, and I am the disciple dancer. So even Krishna is telling here, the love of Radharani is my Guru, and I am the disciple dancer. She always makes me dance different dances. And Srila Anandadas Babaji is writing here, this is Shiksha and Diksha in Rasa. In the material world, we first get Diksha and Shiksha before we begin Bhajan. But in the spiritual world, Diksha and Shiksha are themselves Rasa. Gurudev, could you please explain this a little bit to us?
Relation, teaching. Siksha means teaching. Teaching means the relation, how moves, how we have to develop relation. And relation is the basic thing to do. This is the Siksha. Basic thing is relation. If I have no relation, sambandha, I cannot move for any feelings and love. And when we have relation, then we have to know myself and to you more closely, that we have to live in material body as spiritual body. Are we there? And we have to check when I do with material body job, how it gives comforts to me. And when we do in my spiritual body some service, how it was. But in tasteful form, this practical realization comes by Siksha and Diksha. So this Siksha also goes by listening, and Siksha and Diksha also go by listening. By listening, how much I want to use realize this, that is my experience. Without realization, that not become our subject. If I want to make subject, we have to go through to realize it. Siksha means the teaching. I am interested or not. If I am interested, I have to do full-heartedly. Then result will come. And when we receive the more mantra, so what is the meaning and how to understand and how to relate it, and this we have to keep always conscious to at the time of doing. So that way it become very progress in our life.
And this Shiksha and Diksha in Rasa, how is it meant here in the connection with she always makes me dance different dances? She's my guru and I am the disciple.
Siksha give rasa and Siksha give bhav and Diksha give rasa. Siksha is giving bhav, feeling, and Diksha is giving rasa. when bhav with feel rasa, that is ananda.
So in this way, Radharani is giving Diksha and Shiksha to Rasa in person.
So first bhav, she gives herself her feeling. Without bhav, there is no rasa. No feeling. Without feeling, there is no rasa. If I have no feeling, I will never relish rasa, juicy. We have to develop our feeling. We lose our feeling. We have to increase our feeling to receive the rasa. So Siksha is giving the feeling, and Diksha is giving rasa.
Thank you very much, Gurudev. Someone else want to share on this? So then I will go on. Sripad says, may our heart attain the highest perfection, which is the consciousness of Radha and Madhava's sweet forms, qualities, and pastimes.
Yeah.
So this is Shiksha and Diksha in Rasa. If we get forms, qualities, and pastimes of Radha and Madhava's sweetness. And this is the mood of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He is distributing that So the next quote of Caitanya Caritamrita I found in verse number 70. So it's about Radharani rushing out on Abhisa. While Srimati rushes out, floating on the waves of deep, passionate love for Krishna, Sripad, in his Kinkari form, follows her like her shadow. Wherever Srimati casts her glances in the forest, she remembers Krishna. Now comes the quote, Krishna Mai, Krishna Yara, Antara Bahira, Yaha Yaha Nitre Pote Taha Krishna Spure. Caitanya Caritamrita. Krishna Mai means that she sees Krishna on the inside and on the outside. Wherever her eyes fall, there she sees Krishna. Here Srimati is called Premananda Rasaika Varidhi Maha Kalola Malakula. How many waves of Prema Rasa aren't there, playing in this great ocean of loving ecstasy? This ocean of loving ecstasy is an ocean of Mahabhav, and the word Eka means Madan Mahabhav, which is the exclusive treasure of Sri Radha. How many waves aren't there playing in the ocean of Madan Rasa? That is Srimati's heart. So wherever Radhika looks, she just sees Krishna. Whatever she hears, she just hears the glories of her beloved. Whatever sense impression she gets, it's always just her beloved. When the Manjari is giving massage, oil massage, she feels like Krishna is touching. So she's always completely immersed in that Krishna ocean. So we could try in our daily life, wherever we look, whatever we do, we just see the seva to Radharani. So also that quote is for us very practical, connected to our household life. When we go to wash the car, it's not our car. It's the car we use for buying some ingredients, for cooking together with Radharani in the kitchen. So it's needed. We have to take care. We are doing it for Radha. When we cut some vegetables, we cut them for Radha. She is cooking for her beloved. When we are in these sharings, of course, we hear about the qualities. We remember Radha. We hear about her Lila Ras. So whatever we do the whole day long, we can try. So to get this connection, like her, wherever she looks, she just sees her beloved. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said we should be like a wife, householder wife, who is in love with someone, doing her duties perfectly, and always thinking, when can I meet this beloved person? And like always, Radharani is the perfect example. The only difference, we are not meditating about Krishna. We are meditating about her. How can we serve her so that she can stay in her meditation? So what's going on with Srimati in this mood? When she sees a young tamal tree entwined by a golden Utica creeper with a peacock dancing before it, she thinks, that's Krishna. Her eyes then roll of jealousy. And she asks her friend Tanishta, Tanishte, what's that? Tanishta replies, what? Where? Look before you. What's that in the forest? Tanishta says, just forest creatures, nothing else. Srimati says, look, there's the crown jewel of cheetahs dancing, can't you see? Oh, cheetah, are your eyes closed? Srimati thinks that the tamala tree is Krishna, the golden creeper is some other gopi, and the dancing peacock is Krishna's crown. This is one of the wonderful waves in the ocean of loving ecstasy. So whatever we do, we can try to see Radha in such a mood. We can remember her mood, how she is seeing everywhere her beloved, and in the same mood we want to see her, like in the end of his prayers, Raghunadas at Radhakund. When Krishna came personally, the only interest, please give me the seva of your beloved, of Radharani. And he's telling, what is the use even of Krishna for me if I'm not in your seva, Swamini? So there's a say like, fake it until you make it, which means try to imagine again and again till these pictures are coming from inside. Because when we try to do our smarana in that form, in every duty, in every activity, then one day it will come out of the mercy of Radha. The pictures will just come. I heard. I have no experience, but I was reading like that. So we can try. So that was the quote of Caitanya Caritamrita in verse number 70 of Radharasa Sudanidhi. The next one is in the next verse, 72. So here the topic is, in the previous verse, Shripad, in his Sadhakavesh, experienced the sweetness of Srimati's knitted eyebrows. And in this verse, he sees the sweetness of her sidelong glances. One single glance can enchant Krishna completely. Sri Radhika's glance has the power of the arrows of millions of cupids and agitates even Krishna, who is himself the transcendental youthful Cupid of Vrindavan. Vrindavane aprakrita navina madana kama gayatri kama vicheya hara upasana. Caitanya Caritamrita. How sweet is Srimati's puberty. Sri Rupa Goswami teaches us Rupam kim api anirvachyam tano madhuyam uchyate. Uchvalani Namani Udipan 21. Madhurya means some indescribable physical appearance. How many streams of astonishment are caused by Srimati's indescribable sweetness as she enters the first stage of youth. Along with adolescence, the powerful King Cupid enters her childlike body. So in the beginning of Srimati's adolescence, if this is already so astonishing, then what to speak of her full adolescence? All these things can only be experienced in Svarupavesh, absorption in consciousness of one's eternal spiritual body. So, as we heard, this is the presence of Caitanya Mahaprabhu.
Radhe Radhe Gaur